So we have ASL Weekly Mix. Now, emphasis on weekly. Let's go in. I'm going to click on it. Let's take a peek. All right, let me zoom in. Well, let me stay out for a sec. Each week, you'll have 10 new lessons. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I mentioned before that my family and I, we are what you call slomads, slow digital nomads. So we travel around the world, and I create ASL sign language content for you guys to soak up. And it's on location, different places around the world. So basically, it's you travel with me, you learn ASL. Or you could say improve your ASL. All right, and it's unique because it's on location, it's out in the public, and sometimes it's behind the scenes stuff I got to re-record because someone interrupts. Just the other day, I had the camera on me, and someone jumped in front. And they're like, "Hello." Okay, either way. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. So this is the ASL Weekly Mix, and the content is dripped out. Now, what does that mean? Well, think of it like this. Every week, there will be a new chunk. You'll get an email saying, hey, Weekly Mix number 1 is ready. Weekly Mix number 2 is ready. So right now, let's see, I can see Weekly Mix number 1. Now, in this account, though, I signed up, and I signed up just yesterday. So it will say Weekly Mix number 2 will be available in 6 days. So I build out the content in advance so that, you don't get stuck with the gap week where there's nothing. And then it just works better all around if I just build out the content in advance and it drips out to you, right? So you have something to look forward to each week. Weekly, right? Weekly. Lots of content to create. It's a lot of work for us, but it's enjoyable. And hopefully it's very, very valuable for you. So let's take a look at actually what it is. Okay, so let's take a look at the course intro. Okay, so that's the cover image. That's some images from the actual course itself. You can watch the video, and this is the lesson format. This is where it gets kind of interesting. We haven't done this before, and it's still experimenting. We're still improving, but there are multiple videos at multiple different speeds, and you don't get the answer right away. The whole idea is, and I'm going to urge you to trust your intuition. That's the idea. I believe we understand much more than we think we do, all right, when someone's signing. Even when I've met people from around the world who don't sign American Sign Language, it was Russian Sign Language one time, British Sign Language, Australian Sign Language, different. I don't understand necessarily exactly the signs, but there's just a whole context. There are facial expressions, there are body movements, there are signs which kind of similar to the actual thing in real life that you're probably understanding more than you understand. So the purpose of the first videos in the ASL Weekly Mix, as you scroll down, the first video is just watch. Just soak up what I'm signing and try to understand. If you have to guess, that's fine. What's the worst? You scroll down and get the answer. But guessing, push your mind. What's that feeling? You think you kind of get an idea what's happening. So you can scroll. The first one is regular speed. Then you can scroll for slower signing. Right, and I'll assign the same thing again, just a bit slower. And always remember, let me just quick show you something. If you need to, I'm signing it slow, but you want it like dead slow, I mean really hardly any movement at all, you can change the speed, right? Just change the video to 0.5, 0.05, right? Whatever works for you to be able to try to understand better. And even if you don't understand everything completely, that's okay. It's part of the process, right? So this is where I'll sign slower, then you can scroll for the answer. And here, I will show you the answer, right? We'll see it at slow speed, so you can sign with me. And there'll actually be, let me just show you. All right, see how the words are appearing on the screen as I sign? And when I sign, let me increase the quality here. The internet's not super hot, this location, but it works. All right, as I'm signing, yellow words light up. And the words that are yellow, obviously, that's what I'm signing at that moment. So if it's white, then I'm not signing it. If it's yellow, I'm signing it at that exact moment. Right. So it's a fantastic opportunity for you to learn sign with me. And then after you sign at slow speed, you can scroll for ASL versus English syntax. This is also something newer that we're experimenting with, and I think it's just very useful for you guys. You've probably already learned by now that ASL and English syntax, while similar, are quite different. And at times it's like, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. So we break it down individually. The first part is ASL syntax, where the hand is, and below it is English syntax. So for example, in ASL, you'll assign time for practice, improve your ASL skill. Now, if you hear someone say that and you're trying to understand English, it sounds like, grammar is not quite right there, but it's not English grammar, it's ASL grammar, ASL syntax. Below, we put what the English version would be. It's time to practice and improve your ASL skills. You're going to learn very quickly that the small little words that in ASL, they often just don't sign them. They're not necessary to get the point across. So you can look through the whole thing that I signed, and you can see the ASL version and the English version. And if you want to go back and watch me sign it again, you can go back up. Here it's just spelled out the syntax so you can compare side by side. After that, scroll down, more scrolling, follow the dots, practice with me at full speed. Same thing in this video, you're going to see the words there, all right? And just sign along with me. You can speed it up, slow it down, whatever works with you. I urge you, sign. Always sign with me. It's just going to level you up. I mean, literally level you up. Okay, so scrolling down again, recording location. I thought it would be unique. It's a little more work for us, but I thought it would create more value overall for you guys to take a peek where we actually are. So the location, you probably noticed in the background, there's some pictures, or it's the scene in the background. Well, I give you a link, often a video as well, to just see the location where it was filmed. So you can click there and it will go straight to Google Maps. So let's click. Okay, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but this is in Matsminda Park. It's in Tbilisi, Georgia. If you ever haven't been to Tbilisi, it's just fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. That's a side conversation. Anyway, so you can see specifically on Google Maps. I thought this was cool. I just love Google Maps. Right, so zoom out. There is Georgia over by the Black Sea. And so that's where I was, that specific location when I filmed this lesson. So you can kind of follow along as we travel and just kind of take a peek into our world, how we do things, stuff like that. And this is my wife and my daughter, so you can kind of take a peek at what we're doing, stuff like that. Okay, then when you scroll down, you can leave, if you have thoughts, questions, feedback, there is a discussion section below. Soak it up. All right, let's take a look at a few different kinds of lessons, because this is the intro lesson, right? We also have different ones. There's an ABC warm-up, and you get to do it at 2 separate speeds, different location, and it's with music, so you can sign along and kind of get pumped. Even if you know the ABCs really well, I think it's just good to get that finger fluency in there. The next one is this place. All right, so I'm going to sign, same flow. What am I signing? Try to figure it out, slower speed, syntax. And then also, I include an ASL link in most of the lessons where it actually links to somewhere else in the ASL bundle, which you can use, and you can just kind of explore the ASL bundle even more. For example, the ASL link on this one is countries and sentences. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so learn 36 country signs in this course. And that was a link from the ASL Weekly course. All right, then you can also see this recording location. You recognize that flag? Well, either way, you can click here and see it on Google Maps. All right, we have a build a sentence. Okay, this is another unique format that we're working at where we literally build this section of the sentence, you sign it. Then we add another section, you sign all of that. We add a third section, you sign all of that. We add a fourth section, you sign all of that, and then we get practice doing the yes, no questions. It's just literally building a sentence from scratch in sign language, sign by sign, part by part. And yeah, I think it's just wonderful, fundamental. We're experimenting with this where we're going to be doing more. Yeah, it's fabulous. Same thing, scroll for slower signing, scroll to see the answer, the syntax, all that stuff. Okay, next one, colorful animals. Try to figure out what I'm signing. So I did it in a different location again. Next one, finger fluency. Very useful. This one comes with a PDF you can download, letter size or A4 size, depending on what country you're in. Download it, and the whole idea is you print the worksheet. Let me see. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so it's a finger fluency worksheet. Print this worksheet, watch the video lesson, tick the speed, turtle or rabbit at which you first understood. Write in the answers and smile, haha. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different categories of finger spelling. And I suppose a phone number is not quite finger spelling, it's numbers, but anyway, it's finger fluency. Big focus here, finger fluency. So I will be signing, I'll be walking around and signing, and you try to figure out what am I signing. We're going to do it at multiple speeds, and after that you can sign with me. We can do turtle speed, you'll sign with me, get finger fluency practice. We also have rabbit speed, sign with me. Same thing, sign with me. And in this case, fingerspell with me. Right. And then the same thing, there's a link to another part of the ASL bundle. You can see the location, right? All right, the next lesson is out and about. All right, different location, different scenario that you can try to understand what I'm signing, and it's going to be a way for you to learn vocabulary, practice sentences, all that stuff. Next one is a celebrity birthday. Okay, so there's a celebrity in there. Once again, finger spelling, right? Trying to understand finger spelling and the birthday. So that means numbers. Wonderful. And dates. So try to figure out what I'm signing and then scroll down and practice signing the finger spelled name and also the date. I slow it down so you can sign the full date, month, day, year with me, right? Okay, after this, color with me. Okay, I'm trying to be creative on this one, just kind of go nuts. And this one isn't so much a lesson for signing. I do some signing in there on some of them, most of them, but the whole idea is it's just a nice time to relax and color. I recently rediscovered coloring, and it's just purely relaxing. So you can download the PDF. We have a letter size version, A4 size version. So let's take a look at the A4 size. So you download this, you print it, and we can color together. And it's ASL related. So this one is ABC chart. Color it. And when I say color together, print the PDF coloring page, prepare your crayons, markers, whatever. And when you're ready, scroll down, we'll color together. You're like, what the heck? Yes, that's literally it. I recorded a lesson where you and I are going to color together. All right. So if you just take a peek. All right, this is the intro. Let's go inside a little bit. All right, so you and I are literally going to color together. And I chat a little bit. I give you some information, some tips, ideas of how to improve your ASL journey and stuff like that. Let's go a little bit farther. All right. Okay, so that's literally it in this lesson. If you call it a lesson, it's more like the purpose was to just relax, enjoy. It's ASL related, and just soak it up and have fun and print it off. If your kids want to do it, your husband wants to do it, your grandma wants to do it. Yeah, coloring is, I'm finding it just really relaxing, really relaxing. Okay, so there was an intro on the weekly mix, and there's also an outro. We just kind of wrap up that week. Same thing, same format. You can scroll down for slower signing, scroll for the answer and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the ASL weekly mix. And yeah, I'm so excited to be working on this one. I think it's just fantastic. And it's like a real life, real outside in the environment. I mean, the vast majority of my courses, I'm in a studio, there's a white background, and it's a very controlled environment. It's fantastic for learning like more of a school type situation where it's just fundamental signs and stuff you got to know. Now, ASL Weekly Mix is literally out there in the mall, out in parks, different countries, different cities, different locations, different signing situations. Yeah, just soak it up, have fun, and use it to boost your journey. That's the whole purpose. It's like a unique twist on learning ASL instead of only in the classroom, like formal places. This is like out and about and just doing it.